So hi there everyone. This is one video for statistics wherein we're going to improve some of my previous videos about creating a frequency distribution table making use of Microsoft Word. Now I have found another shorter way to create frequency distributions. First off, for qualitative data, such as those in terms of categories and in levels. Now, I have here a data set wherein it tells me that the student or what strand or track he or she is taking up in senior high school. So we have ABM, STEM, UMS, and TVL. So I have quite a lot of data. Currently, I have 877 data all in all here. So what I want to do is for me to create a frequency distribution table. Let's make it simple, only showing the frequency or the counts, and then showing as well the percentages. Now, what I'm going to use is I'm going to use a pivot table here. So first step would be, you can highlight everything to make things easier since I have quite a lot of data. So I want to highlight everything from there up until 877 right here. So make sure that it's all highlighted. Then you go to insert, go to the insert tab, you try to click on pivot chart over here. And then you will be asked again to select a table or range. So if you have already highlighted them before you click the insert, so they will be automatically put here. Where do you want to put it? New worksheet or here? I would like to put it maybe in a new worksheet. Let's do that. So a new sheet will come up right here. So you can see it's already in sheet 2. Let's put them in correct order. Okay, so here we go. Let's go to sheet 2 again. So we have here, since we have highlighted from our sheet 1 that all of these data are now included in the pivot chart. Let's go to the new sheet wherein the pivot chart is found. We want to click on the field name and then the pivot chart fields will be right over here. We want to check on the TVL. That's the default name because that's the first data that we have. So I'm gonna check on that. And then it's just going to let me see the count of values. What we want to do is to put all the unique categories or levels to be in certain positions. So I would like to drag this TVL here going to the axis wherein I can see the count already, and it will also produce me a bar um, a bar graph about this counts. Now we're done with the frequencies. This count is actually the frequencies. So that's all you need to do to get the frequencies. How do we get the percentages? This will be you can have some experiments here. It may change a bit of, for example, you can transfer the TVL to filters. It will give you like that. TVL to columns, it will be like that. But it's pretty straightforward to just put it in rows. That's the common practice. And what we want to do is to put some percentages right after this column here. By the way, let me zoom in a bit. Okay, here we go. So what we want to do is to insert a percentages in this part over here. Now, how do we do that? You click again in the field name. We have a TVL. Again, that's just the title. You can always change that. Um, you can always change that name. Just click on this and drag this all the way to the values. By default, it will add counts of TVL2. Of course, it's a duplicate, so it's going to be TVL2. We want to change the TVL2 into percentages. Now, what I did is you just click on this I, or small I, just click that. And then what you want to do is we want to show data as well. By default it's going to be no calculation, but we want to see some calculation. Specifically, we're going to show the percent of grand total. So what is the percent of this per row compared to the grand total? So we want to click on that, and then we just want to click OK, and then voila, we have that. Of course, we can just rename this into percentages. For example, percentage. And in this over here, we can call this frequencies. All of those are formalities and table headings. The header and the column header and the row header. You can always change this into different name. But the thing is, this is how you produce the frequencies and the percentages very quickly without making use of any, without even making use of some formulas. We can use, you can see my previous videos about this, wherein we did it manually. You can right click equals count, and then you would count how many ABM you have, and then you're gonna take the counts here divided by the total number, and then so on. And it's a little bit tedious to do. This one makes things easier. Just note though that when you do something with the values, that the table will also be affected. The bar graph, what I mean, is also going to be affected. So I suppose you, before you put on the percentages, there will be percentages here, but as you can see, they are very minute in value, so they are not, cannot be seen. But if your values is less than, is if it's gonna be 100 or maybe 50, they will be pretty much visible. So I suggest that you will be um, deleting the percentages if your focus is to create the graphs. All right. So for example, if we want to put on here as the bar graph, you can write it there. If you want to put on the a pie chart, for example, you click on insert, you want to click on the pie chart, and you will just input it here, and then voila, there you go, the percentages in a pie chart. So let's make it smaller. There you go. Okay, so that's it for today. What we have presented here is how to create a simple frequency distribution with the frequencies and the percentages. As you can see, we have, it will automatically create a bar graph for you, and also automatically create a pie chart for you. Not automatically, sorry. You can always put a pie chart making use of this insert tab here. You can change the names of this. Like for example, this is just frequencies. You can always change that, and that's it. At least the procedure you now know already. Okay. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you learned something here, and see you in the next video. Goodbye.